Hello everyone, my name is Christian. Welcome back to my hobby blog. Today I'm really excited because this is the first week of August done now. And I am really excited because I got a job offer last week or 2 weeks ago, and all last week was paperwork and onboarding and all that. And today was supposed to be my first day, but it's going to be tomorrow actually. So I ended up filming this today because I have a big update regarding One Piece, but I also haven't really read as much, so I wasn't really in a rush to upload this yesterday. I know just last week I said, oh, every Sunday now that I have a job, but it's not my first day yet, so I'm just kind of like, okay, I can kind of, uh, you know, change plans, I guess. But this is a pretty good week of reading, I think, because I ended up finishing City of Dragons, which is book 3 of the Rainwild Chronicles, which is the fourth series in the Realm of the Elderling series, so by Robin Hobb, and I really enjoyed it. Actually, this is my favorite book of the 4 books so far, or of the series so far of the Rainwild Chronicles, and I really enjoyed just everything with Kelsingra. I really enjoyed seeing all the dragons evolving after everything that happens at the end of book 2. It was just a really great book. I really enjoyed the writing of it. All of the characters had something to do. We had a lot of returning characters from past series as well. We see Malta again. We get POVs from her. We get POVs from Rain. We have POVs from Selden, who we haven't seen since Live Ship Traders. And I really enjoyed getting these looks again at these characters because I didn't think we would get a POV of them again. Because, and I think it's Tawny Man, we get a lot of crossover with Live Ship Traders, but no POVs from them. So it was really nice that we got a POV from Malta, Rain, Selden again. Like, it was just amazing. I really enjoyed this book. The world building continues to be awesome. I mean, it's Robin Hobb, it goes without saying. But it was just incredible, and I'm really excited to get to book 4. But I probably won't get to it immediately because I have other books I want to get to first. But I have started. That was the only book that I read last week, but it was a good, chunky book, so it was whatever. But I started this about Thursday last week, and I haven't really read many pages from it. I think I'm 130 pages in, and I've sat down and read about 30 to 40 pages at a time, so it's slow going for me, but it is Orb Scepter Throne by Ian Esselmont. This is book 4 of the novels of the Malazan Empire. Excuse me. And I'm enjoying it for the most part. I think it's kind of hovering at like a 6.5 out of 10 because we're getting a lot of characters from Book of the Fallen coming in, which is a lot of fun. It is so nice being back in Darushistan. It's really great to see Krupp again, Pika, Spindle, Kaladin Brood is in this book. Like, it's amazing. I'm really happy to see these characters again. But I'm only in the first 130 pages, so not much has happened yet. And I'm really hoping it's not like Stone Wielder, where it's a lot of sitting around and kind of talking about plans. Because this book I've heard is really good. It's really well rated. It's rated as the favorites from a lot of people, like of the 6 books. So I'm really curious to know like what's in here, but I'm enjoying it for the most part. I think more could happen, but again, I'm just in the first 130 pages. I'm really enjoying the Kiska storyline still. Every time she appears on page, I get really excited because she's in a woman right now and she's exploring it, getting a lot of lore and world building, and I love that shit. So I am more than happy when I see that she's a POV, and that's the one thing that I am struggling with this book is that there's so many POV changes, and I'm kind of having to reacclimate myself because I haven't read a Malazan book in a while that has this many POV changes. So I'm kind of overwhelmed right now, and it's kind of funny because I love Malazan and I love how he keeps jumping around to different POVs, but I think I just need to get used to it again. But once I finish that, my next book that I'm going to be reading is the Mega Chonka Warhost of Asmok. This is the second half of the book. that was originally just one book that Janie Woods wrote for Ships of Maria, but I'm loving the series, even though I don't understand too much of it. Uh, I'm really enjoying it. I love the characters. I love the magic system. I love the lore and the world building and the histories that we've been getting exposed to and kind of cracking open the farces related to it and kind of digging down, getting the truth of it. That's really fun. I love that aspect, but again, I think the prose is just way over my head, but I am enjoying it for the most part. I just have to go really slow. But I'm really excited to get to that because I've heard that Warhost of Vastmark, like every book and Walls of Light and Shadow just get better and better until a certain point. And that's how I felt with Wheel of Time, because that's another really long series, 14 books compared to 11, I think this one is, or 12. But I'm really excited to continue the series. Like I would love to like talk with people about the series. So, but that's it in terms of books. But movie wise, I do have one movie review. But before I get into that, I do want to talk about One Piece for a second because I haven't updated anybody on my One Piece journey, and I haven't uploaded really any reviews because I haven't finished Wano yet. But as of today, as of last night at like 11 p.m., I finished the final chapter of Wano arc. And holy crap, what a long arc. It was way too long, I thought. Way too many characters. But I'll get into my review of that later this week because I have a lot to say on the arc. Overall, I'm very happy with the arc. I thought there was just some of the highest highs in the series, but also the lowest lows. As I told a friend of mine when we were on a call, I was like, this arc, like, is basically pits and mountains for me, like, or valleys and mountains, where, like, the rating is, like, really down deep, and then, like, just really bad at times in certain chapters and certain storylines, and then suddenly in the next chapter we're at some of the best stuff Oda has done. And it's really jarring for me, and I had to kind of take a break every now and then. Every few weeks or so, I would take like a 2 or 3 day break and just sort of contemplate what is going on and think about it. And I think I will be ready for a review by Monday, and I will mostly be focusing on the positives. I will mention my negatives about the arc, but I am planning a discussion with a viewer of mine who I've been talking with. And me and him talk a lot about One Piece. And I was sort of curious because I was like, man, like I would love to have him on the channel. And I finally asked him, he was like, yeah, like let's do it. And so I'm really excited to go really deep on Wano and kind of go through everything. Because I can't do that in my videos. It'll just be too long. I don't want to talk to the camera for that long. You know, I really prefer to have a conversation about what I like and what I don't like and all that. So I'm really excited for that discussion. I think you guys will be really excited as well because this is a veteran reader, caught up, can give me hints and stuff, teasers. Tell me what to focus on, what not to focus on. I'm really excited. So that'll be later this week, I think. I don't know. It won't be released for a bit. I don't want to put any sort of dates on that because it's not planned yet. But that is coming on the horizon. I'm very excited for it. But I will be starting Egghead as soon as possible because I am ready for some craziness. Because I've heard Egghead is just like the best arc in the post-time skip era. So I'm very excited for that. I really want to see everything that goes on in that. And I'm just really excited. I think it's going to be very marine heavy. So I'm very excited for that. Getting a lot more admirals, getting more of the world government and sort of the shifty shadow characters. I don't want to give too many spoilers. But I'm really excited to go into Egghead. But the one thing that should be noted is that I will have to change the way that I upload Egghead once I catch up on the anime. Because I am doing One Piece, which takes the anime and takes out all the filler. And so I will be watching it all on One Piece up until, I think they have up to episode 18, so they've done 36 chapters of Egghead. So I'm going to watch that, and then I'm going to go, I don't know if I'll go chapter by chapter, but I'll go every few chapters, I think, and just sort of do that, because when I get to the next arc after that, Elbaf, which was spoiled to me, I wish it wasn't, but I mean, it's whatever, I want to do chapter by chapter, and I don't know, because it's going to be a while before that arc finishes, I've heard, so I want to kind of take as much time, because I've been binging, and now that I have this new job, I want to be able to enjoy the series more, and I don't really want to binge it as much, so. But in terms of movies I watched, I really just watched one movie. A friend of mine came over and we watched this, and it's Jimmy Cliff's The Harder They Come. This is one of my favorite movies from this time. I think it's 72, yep. So this is a fucking amazing, amazing movie about a character named Ivan Martin, played by Jimmy Cliff. He is a reggae legend. If you don't listen to reggae, you've heard of his songs some way. He is just that influential and iconic and just amazing. And he is desperate to record a record because he does not have as much money as he wishes he had. And so he kind of, not really finesses people, but he gets into the door of recording an album, or not an album, but a single called The Harder They Come, which is a real song. It's amazing. It's on the radio all the time. And he takes the earnings that he got from that record and goes on a crime spree through Jamaica. And the entire time you have this really amazing reggae soundtrack of Jimmy Cliff. You have UB40. You have, well, not UB40, but let me just make sure that I have these people correct. And of course, there's no no mention of the other artists, but it's just an amazing, amazing soundtrack. And I would tell everybody to go watch this movie. It is R-rated, so if you're not as wanting to see the violent scenes, because there's a lot of violent shootouts and there's a lot of violent attacks. There's a really kind of twisted part where he slices a guy in the face because he was sort of intimidating him, and Jimmy Cliff was like, "I'm done with you, like, get the fuck out of here." You know, and it's a great moment in the movie, but it is very bloody, so it's kind of hard to watch. So if you're a little bit more squeamish in terms of blood, it's probably not the best movie, but I think this movie is great enough that I think people should watch it anyways, because the soundtrack is amazing. I love the characters. I love the relationships. Sort of this storm of many different characters, such as the record companies, the producers, you have his family, you have love interests, you have all these different characters kind of orbiting around him, wondering what he's doing while he's on his crime spree, and they hear, oh, you know, he's down at this town now. So the police go down that, you know, to that town, they find that they're too late, and then he takes pictures of himself with the newspaper people, holding guns out, and kind of makes himself like this folk legend, or this like crime legend, basically, where he sends these pictures to the newspaper, and then they publish it, and everyone's like, oh my god, this guy's amazing, and it's really funny. I just really love this movie, and so I'm really excited to sort of see if anybody watches it, and if you do, let me know. Like, I would love to hear what you think of this movie. But yeah, that's really all the updates that I have. I'm really excited to get into Egghead. That's like the big thing on the horizon for me right now. I'm going to try and finish Orb Scepter Throne this week. It's only like 600 pages or something, 500 pages, so I should finish it this week. I don't want to take too long on that. When Malazan books take a long time for me to read, that's a bad sign, because then I really slow down my reading and just start focusing on other hobbies, which I don't want to do. I want to, you know, finish 50 books this year, and so I can't be slowing down. So thank you so much for watching, and please let me know what you think of these books, and sort of what you think about all this stuff, and leave a comment below, whatever. Thank you all so much for watching, and please have a great rest of the day.